I walk up and I look down. I wanted to make sure, because I was like, I'm a nurse. I was like, I just want to make sure everything's fine. And I look down and I was like, how's your night going, man? He twists and looks up at me and goes, fuck you. And I'm drinking my beer and looking down at him. And I said, life is a series of choices, sir. And he goes, I'll kill you.
Out of the 20 minutes that show, it's 17 minutes of kids acting like cunts to each other with a 3-minute lesson at the end, and you expect the kid to only pay attention to the 3-minute lesson at the end.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They did White Tiger dirty. They did him so dirty. They couldn't have a strong, Latino. Yeah, Puerto Rican superhero. No. I gotta kill this body crap.
Well, the gentleman passed away, so the character was gonna die anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that played him?
Yeah.
In real life?
Yeah.
Oh, God. No, what happened?
I didn't know that.
Was he sick while he was filming?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Another Marvel,
yes.
What's his name? Chadwick Boseman.
Right, so at this point,
that
I think
it
we're going to need
sadder.
some kind of a medical screening.
Yeah, that makes it sadder. What the fuck? Yeah,
Damn.
Full blood work.
Yeah, we need to know. Are you hiding something?
Chris Hemsworth has that gene where, he's more prone to, Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
But I don't think he'll be playing Thor when he's, 70.
No,
But you never know. You never know with Disney.
I mean,
Harrison Ford's still playing fucking Indiana Jones.
At this point, they have enough of Chris Hemsworth talking, and AI is so relevant that they could just sit him on a throne and be like, "You're Odin Force, sit right there."
I don't know,
and we'll talk for you, like Val Kilmer and.
That was really him, though.
That wasn't really him. That was AI. That was a fake robot.
AI is not that good yet.
That was the same sex doll that Whitney Cummings made. That was Val Kilmer's sex doll sitting there.
Listen, they wouldn't have had bloated, sick-looking Val Kilmer.
Why not? Maybe some people are into that.
No,
you're not into bloated.
Everyone was sad when Val Kilmer came on the screen. Everybody.
I laughed just a little bit.
You're a fucking monster.
And with that said, Eddie, welcome to the Sofa Kingdom Podcast, where Ian is in love with fat, bloated Val Kilmer.
I am not. I am, however, late.
Yeah.
I was late.
You are matching.
This is what I had on last night.
We set up the background for St. Patty's Day, as you can see.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
That's, all night. I stood up all night doing this.
Wow.
But that's what I do.
I'm cool
committed.
How you put everything else, all the decorations back in the same position.
Yes, I'm committed.
That's nice.
Yet I still have not put your sword up.
It's
I have to put the
It's
sword.
okay.
Look, there's a space right here.
It's okay. It's somewhere.
I've been fucking lazy. No, it's right there. I know where it's at.
Oh,
I just need to put it up.
Oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
It is nice too. It's a very nice.
It's okay. You only had a year.
Yeah. It's like, a year ago.
Yeah, don't worry about
Ian's like, I have a contribution here. Please put this up. This is so meaningful to me. I'm like, I will take care of it right away.
It's all right. I gave you my sword.
What's that SpongeBob thing?
It's
6
It's
years
actually
later.
a real sword. I gave it to him. I was like, this is for the podcast. I could be out killing people with it.
It's like 7 years later.
Actually, I forged the sword.
You did.
Yeah,
I know. Yes.
I made it.
Hours and hours.
I tempered the steel.
Yeah. When you play Skyrim long enough, you learn how to actually forge things.
Yeah.
Actually, from what I heard, Kingdom Come Deliverance, you go really into shit in there. You have to get the temperature right and the oil on the blade.
Never heard of this.
It's Kingdom Come Deliverance was a video game. You started as a peasant named Henry, a son of a blacksmith, and you have to work your way up. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is the sequel to it that just came out, and people are saying it's from what I've seen too, the videos, it's the most realistic survival medieval thing ever. Alchemy in it, you don't just hit a fucking button.
Yeah.
You have to read that recipe in the book. You have to find out what the temperature is. You have to pour the stuff. There's a mortar and pestle. If you add the ingredients and don't grind them, your shit fails.
Do you think if he was the son of a whitesmith, he would have had better opportunities?
I mean, his credit score would be higher. But listen, the story is how it is. But
it's a question. It is a question. It's a question.
From what I'm hearing, though, it looks really good. And it's to the point where a fight, if it's 2-on-1, you lose. You have to be really, really good and high-leveled in sword play to be able to fight two people at once.
Is this an Xbox game?
It's Xbox, PlayStation, PC. It's really, really good.
I am intrigued.
You should take a look because you actually fight. You have to the way you move your sword. You have to attack from different. It would be really good probably in VR.
Nice.
Oh, I imagine
that probably would be insane.
Especially if they're
VR.
going deep with having to, because there are mods for Skyrim where they did that. Where no, you have to do the blacksmithing. You have to do
the physical portion of smithing.
Yeah, so people added that in. So, but this game baseline comes with that.
People are complaining about the archery in the game because apparently the archery in the game is true to life. If you shoot someone with a bow, they fucking die. Yeah. And it's well,
That's it, right?
If you shoot someone with a longbow,
Yes.
doesn't matter if you have plate mail on, you fucking die.
It'll rip through you. It'll rip through you.
But it's just cool the little things they put in the game, like different clothing. The brighter the clothing is, the higher like your charisma goes up. Like if you steal something from someone and then wear it, they recognize it and attack you. And the heavier your armor is, like the more armored you up, the more bandits are likely to like back down from intimidation.
Right.
Like if you're wearing like leather or cheap ass shit, they'll be like, "Fuck you, pussy."
Yeah, I'm gonna take this guy out.
Give me your wallet. But if you show up in like full plate with a giant two-handed claymore, they'll be like, "All right, so you can have the rest." They weigh their options because like it's really hard to get armor.
Oh no, you've got money behind you.
Yes, it's really hard.
You will be a problem if we take what you have.
Yeah, if you have full plate armor in that game, it's like end game stuff because that's the way it was. Like if you had armor, like I think a suit of armor back then, like the equivalent was like $180,000 today.
Damn.
So only the nobles had armor.
It was a house.
Yeah.
You were walking around in a house.
Right.
Pretty nasty.
So if we like the shit they wear at the Ren Fair when they hit each other, that shit would have been top notch. Like you're talking about sports cars. Like me and you, we all would have been fighting in like boiled fucking leather and like maybe some chainmail that was donated.
You give me too much credit. I would have been covered in leaves. I would have been like twigs and leaves.
Right.
Let's go, bro.
I'm trying to blend into the battlefield. So no, I hear good things about it.
Cool. All right, I check that out. All right, so we got to dive into it because we were just talking about this before the podcast actually started, which is the Daredevil.
Yep.
Episode 3. Spoilers are coming, so if you haven't seen it
Spoiler!
yet,
It's sad. Stop listening if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
dude. Okay, so
All right, good. That's enough.
I was so happy, right? Super happy.
They're still
Puerto
listening, they
Rican, superhero,
Yep.
white tiger, playing the salsa music in the background.
They used a weird angle to get him off on the stand. I was like, no way, you got acquitted of everything?
Yep. This motherfucker was deep. Like he's like, the cocky frog.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
It's the sound of my people.
I know. And
Some
I liked it.
people
I was like,
find
I actually Googled the song.
Yeah,
I actually Googled what it sounds like. I was like, okay, what's this
yeah.
frog sound like?
Oh, it's fucking dope. And he's like, they're made for life.
Yep. Yeah.
I was tearing. I was like, this is beautiful. This is the
Finally.
man that
Finally,
embodies
a Puerto Rican character I
the
can get behind.
heritage of the Puerto Rican people. And then he puts his suit on. I'm like, oh shit, he's about to do some white tiger shit. Let's go.
Kingpin had to do some white people shit.
He walks out into the road. Motherfucker gets shot in the head.
And we got
what the fuck?
And the fucking skull, that can't be him.
Bro, it has
There's
to be.
no
It has to be him. It has to be him. John Berthal has gone on record saying that this is a much darker Punisher than we have seen.
But he was acquitted. He was acquitted. Wouldn't the Punisher see the police as the most corrupt in that situation?
I think there's a gang of so-called Punishers running around. Is what I think.
Has to be.
You see
tattoo.
the tattoos on the police officers that are corrupt.
True.
And he got off on we'll say in their eyes, what is it? A technicality.
But that is a very authentic looking Punisher vest.
I think
that's
might
what
be.
threw me.
That also could be a nod to I remember when law enforcement was adopting the Punisher skull.
Yes.
And it's like Frank Castle kills police, right? Like you're
right,
aware of that.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
He does that.
It's kind of an odd symbol.
He's like, if you're corrupt,
adopt.
he has no problem killing you.
Right.
And those cops we know are corrupt.
So what if?
So I think I'm
the
just trying to
Kingpin
think.
has something on the Punisher.
He
has something enough. The one thing that I think that he could hold over the Punisher is like, I know who killed your family. I could get you to them. You work for me now, right? Because that is what drives Frank Castle.
Didn't he know?
I know.
Frank knew in the Netflix
I
show.
know he knew, but Kingpin could be like, those were the guys that sent to kill them. But I know the guy.
Not the guys that push the button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's a trope that has been used in the past before by the ultra villains.
If you got fucking the Punisher working in your pocket, that's a pretty good card to play.
Bro, one shot, headshot, just done. I was just like, that's bullshit. What happened to the magic medallion? He didn't even want the magic medallion. He didn't even bend down to pick it up. He's like, I don't need that shit.
No, he just wanted to punish him.
Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, that had me at the edge of my seat. Not nearly as bad as like Game of Thrones: The Red Wedding, but I pulled up to the edge of the seat and I was like,
no, that was just fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming too because I read the book.
It definitely caught you off guard. You're like, what? Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
we're never getting Winds of Winter. What's his name?
George R. R. Martin.
He said he's working on besides for the Aegon the Conqueror show that's coming out on HBO after Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
So we already have the second show behind the show planned. Whole multiverse. Anyway, he's working on the Elden Ring movie. So
he's just giving up on it?
We're never going to hear it.
Well, I think there's also...
He made money, man. He's good.
That, but you need inspiration to finish up what you're writing.
And he was notorious. He started writing The Song of Ice and Fire like in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's not like a news book series.
He doesn't exactly put material out very quickly.
Trying to find. Okay, there it is. Go ahead.
Considering how big it is, I don't think he wants to fuck it up. Especially when he sees what happened with the
reaction,
show. He doesn't want to end that strong of a series on a bad book.
And maybe he probably thinks like, oh fuck, these whiny little pussies. Like look how they react to the season. Whatever.
Let me get a few other things out and cooking. And then we'll finish this book. So if it doesn't work, I already have the next thing.
But he he just put out a movie, George R. Martin. It hit the theaters. It's called In the Lost Lands. Dave Bautista and the lady from Resident Evil, Mila
Jovovich.
Yeah,
Mila Jovovich is
Mila
Jovovich. They're both the leads in the movie, and it's tanking. It's like 24% Rotten Tomatoes.
Listen, it's 30%.
I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, and I watched it.
No idea.
Yeah.
But you know what it really looks like cinematically? It looks like that show that tanked on Netflix really bad.
Badlands.
No. Badlands was good. I liked Badlands.
No, what's
the one with it was supposed to be like the next Star Wars.
Oh,
Rebel Moon.
Yeah,
Rebel Moon. It cinematically looks and feels like Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon was on Netflix, right?
Yeah, on Netflix.
That was fucking awful.
Yeah, that was
that
like terrible.
I'll never forgive Zack Snyder for that.
Yeah, no, Zack Snyder fucking screwed the pooch.
That was so bad.
No,
the trailer was so good.
I mean, the movie would be
so bad.
Would go by twice as fast if he got rid of all the slow mo.
Yeah.
And then it'd just be 20 minutes of.
I just don't know how he makes these movies.
He gets away with it
and says to hhimself like there can't be a plot.
Yeah.
What? What the fuck? Like,
no thought whatsoever.
Right. You're just looking at beautiful cinematography, but the plot, like what's happening in front of you is so fucking dumb that you can't turn your brain off.
Yeah. No. It was.
I was like, oh man.
It was pretty bad.
Like a slow mo graduation scene. Why do we need that?
Yeah.
She's graduating.
Yeah.
Graduating.
Into the Lost Lands is another one of those movies where like the savior is the woman. Dave Bautista's getting her to what she needs to accumulate her power to save her people.
Well, it's doing real well because
it's trash.
Until you fucking just told us.
I never even heard of it.
And I only heard of it because like I was looking like Game of Thrones shit, George R. Martin, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, he's got a movie in the movie theaters. This has got to be great.
Oh, wow.
And no, it was the opposite of great. It was shit.
I mean, they must have known it was bad because I've seen zero press.
Yeah. You know what's funny is to me, I love when the actors like. I need to.
I don't normally say that, but thank this. Whatever you did this morning, I would like to point out that Nelson gave me a very good cup of coffee.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
This cup of coffee just touched my soul. I don't know if it's because I was drinking all night, but this warmed me to my core.
Drinking all night, woke up late. Sure,
that's Death Wish.
Oh, is it
coffee? Yeah, that shit is fucking.
So
slamming,
basically,
bro.
you fucking fucked me up for the day. That's why it's so good. Okay, well, it's good.
I know it's a double espresso.
Yeah.
You know
who's having a worse day than me today?
Who?
The guy from O'Shea's Pub last night. Listen.
Okay, what happened?
Okay, well, just a slight detour and then back to actual relevant things to human beings' lives.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so we established that George R. R. Martin has a shitty film out. Go check that out.
Or not.
Yeah, last night I was at O'Shea's Pub, which, of course, St. Patty's Day. Nice. It's an Irish pub downtown West Palm Beach.
Nice.
And there was a guy there. He was wearing sunglasses at a bar. Automatically that tells if you wear sunglasses inside or at night, you're either blind or an asshole.
Right. If you're not Matt Murdock, you're an asshole.
You're right, blind. Exactly. But I'm buying a drink for the group of people I'm with. I was buying us. I was like, hey, I'll get this round. So I go up to the bar, and this guy is like, I guess he was making advances at this girl, and she was telling him to fuck off. And the bartender caught wind of it and was trying to tell him. And this guy, all I saw was him leaning over the bar and going, just pour me my fucking drink. And I looked over and thought, interesting strategy. Like, one of the busiest bar nights of the year. I was like, oh, what an interesting. And all of a sudden, I got my round. I don't know what was happening off to my right. And I go back to my group and I'm handing out the drinks. And I look by. And all of a sudden, there's a commotion, and this guy, same guy, glasses, is in the grip of this bouncer, which I can only describe as a very large black man with cornrows. I was like, oh, shit. And other people, there's another bouncer there who has a hold of him, and they're looking him in the eyes, which I assume is his eyes, through his glasses, and they say, you got to leave, bro. You got to leave. And they're backing him up. And I saw it start to come towards my group, so I got in the way, and I was like, all right, I'm fucking going to form a wall, so if something happens, it's at least going to strike my dumb ass and not the fine people that I am.
Yeah, of course.
Well, he gets... aggressive, and they fucking mollywopped him. I mean, I think they drug him out, and like his face was like on the ground, and like they took him out back, and like we were drinking for a while, and I thought I'm gonna go out back. I know what's happening back there. But I want to see it for myself. So I go back there, and apparently the story that I got from one of the guys is that he struck one of the bouncers. Like when they took his sunglasses off so they wouldn't be broken. Nice bouncer.
Right, very nice.
He wanted his sunglasses back, so he reached for the sunglasses, ripped them out of the bouncer's head, and then proceeded to punch the large bouncer in the side of the head. And I'm like, oh, it's a bad
not gonna
move.
end well.
So when I went back there, I don't even know if it was jiu-jitsu. He was just twisted. His body was twisted up into a bunch of fucking knots, and they were kneeling on his head. And the one guy, the bouncer was like, it was all fine until you punched me, bro. He goes, now it's assault. so me being who I am, everyone's filming. I'm probably on like 12 different videos in this outfit. I walk up and I look down. I wanted to make sure, because I was like, I'm a nurse. I was like, I just want to make sure everything's fine. And I look down and I was like, how's your night going, man? He twists and looks up at me and goes, fuck you. And I'm drinking my beer and looking down at him. And I said, life is a series of choices, sir. And he goes, I'll kill you. I looked at him and I was like, all right, these guys are, I was like, did you read him your Miranda rights? And I went, never mind, you're not police officers. I was like, everyone have a good night. And like a couple guys came up to me, they're like, dude, we got that on video. That's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. So it may go viral. And maybe I'll tag Sofa Kingdom.
Fuck yeah, man.
There was at least 6-7 people that have that video on phone. And it got shared. The video's already somehow made it onto my friends' phones.
That's great.
And some guy came up to me really drunk and was like, dude, I love viral shit like this. He's like, I'm already sharing it. I'm like, all right. Like I gave him my info. I was like, just tag me in it. Like, cause,
Yeah, if you get it, then I'll tag it to the Sofa Kingdom.
It was funny because you can clearly hear me say this stuff to him. I was like, how's your night going, man? He looks up, fuck you. I said, life is a series of choices. I was like, you did not make good ones. He was obviously an asshole.
Yes.
And I kind of got joy in going above and beyond to make it hurt a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't even have to touch him. I just used my voice.
Fucking great.
Yeah. So
great.
that was my night. So everything else was, just a fine night. Like,
but that was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, so that was the only excitement I think I saw.
That's a fucking beautiful thing.
That was it.
Well, I mean, the only other person that I know that talk shit when they're fighting is Mark in Invincible.
Oh, yes. Nice.
You like that?
Nice transition.
Yes.
We need to talk about this because we didn't talk about it last time.
Yes. Okay, so let's start.
Invincible is as good as it's ever been.
Let's start from
this season's been
the beginning of the season and work our way to Conquest, right? We don't have to do it in any particular order, but Conquest fight with Mark at the last episode was an
best fight in the show so far.
Amazing fight.
Best fight in the show so far.
But in the beginning of the season, like there was a lot of transitions that happened, right? They left Cecil. They went on their own and they figured we're going to do our own thing. Mark also left Cecil because Cecil is just a bag of shit. He makes a lot of life is a series of choices, right? And Cecil makes the shitty ones.
Is Cecil a bag of shit though? Like Cecil's goal,
completely terrible.
Cecil's goal, his only goal is protection of world citizens. That's
so
it.
Lex Luthor.
No, because he does. He
protects the human race.
Amanda Waller.
Kind of. Yeah. He will out the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. He does questionable things like cybernetically enhance, like the guy that could make dead bodies super powerful android soldiers.
Right.
He incorporate him. I need your technology. It's too good to throw away.
But he also then started doing that later on with the dead Invincibles from the other planet.
Yeah, and they're gonna be half Viltrumite robotic soldiers. They're gonna be
fucking
nightmares.
insane.
But if he can actually get them to fight for us,
that couldn't possibly go wrong.
All of this can backfire. All of this can backfire. Yeah. But I think the way he sees it is like with things like Conquest showing up, he's like, what the fuck do we have to fight it?
Right.
Like he even says in the episode, the most powerful non-human I've ever seen is beating the shit out of, without a doubt, the best hero we have right now.
Right.
Like beating the shit out of him. Like we need something.
Did any of you also think that Omni-Man and what's the other alien? Alan. Omni-Man and Alan were going to show up at some point to save the day? I kind of thought...
Part of me was thinking it, but in my head, I knew that even if Omni-Man showed up, he would still lose.
Yeah. Right.
Conquest is literally his name is what he is. They send him planet to planet to wipe people out completely. That's why they send him.
If Omni-Man could beat Conquest, he would beat Conquest because that's how the Viltrumites structure their society. The strongest one is on top, and everyone down the line gets their orders from the man above.
And there is a reason that Conquest is not on top, because we haven't met him yet, but there is one above him that Conquest can't even touch.
Bro, I hope he looks like a little squirrely guy.
No.
Right?
No,
Just
no,
like this tiny little Poindexter-looking motherfucker.
As they describe him in the comic books, he is the largest Viltrumite that ever existed.
That is fucking crazy.
He looks like the name Grand Admiral Thrag. He looks like the name Grand Admiral Thrag.
Damn, bro.
You're like, this guy would beat you. As soon as you see him, you're like, he'd beat me.
Because Conquest was a bad motherfucker.
He was.
And he was a big motherfucker.
He had a cybernetic arm because there was a weapon that was used against the Viltrumites years and years ago. It was a virus that tried to slow down their healing. Well, Conquest got hit with that, which is why his arm didn't regrow, which is why the scars on his face and his one eye was still fucked up.
Right.
He was a victim of that virus. He lived through it, still got old, even though most Viltrumites don't get old because they constantly fight each other.
Yep.
So the old get taken out. So the fact that he's an old, venerated warrior that's still alive, that shows you that you don't fuck with Conquest.
He was definitely the most sadistic
of
the Viltrumites that I've seen, too. Like,
he did to Mark again what Omni-Man did to him.
Yeah.
He flew through the people in Hawaii. I'm like, he's getting that PTSD now.
Yeah, man. He holds him by his head. Flies around murdering people with his face.
The kid's arm. He flew through Hawaii, and the kid holding his family, like it destroys his family and just rips the little kid's arm off. I'm like, Robert Kirkman pulls no punches.
No,
like his comics are graphic. Like, holy shit.
Well, you got to remember, The Walking Dead is the thing that kind of put him on the map, and the show was just as gruesome as the comic.
Yeah.
So we had some changes.
I was glad to hear Negan. I was glad to hear his voice back. When I heard that Conquest's voice was him, I was like, dude, yes.
That speech is
so good.
That speech is everywhere.
It's going to be etched. Yeah, you're right.
I've seen it all over some of the jiu-jitsu forums where they put the Matt Enforcer after he taps you 10 times in a round or some shit. Yeah.
Dude, it's so deep. It's so deep just because it's almost like he's opening up and being emotional, which Viltrumites aren't allowed to be.
Yep.
He's open because he knows he's about to kill Mark.
Yeah.
So he gives him like a little window and I'm so alone. Everyone's and I'm like, what the fuck? Like he's like a serial killer.
Do you know who the voice of Cecil is?
No.
Walton Goggins.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah, bro. I was just pleasantly surprised to find out that that's it. Now it makes sense.
The fucking ghoul from
He's a fucking tool, bro. Yeah.
Yes.
He's so good.
It's almost like Amazon has like a contract with these people. Amazon must have like a...
They definitely do. Have you seen...
Because Walter Goggins is in another show. He's in another that's coming out from Amazon.
Yeah, that happens.
He's also on HBO Max.
Well, that'll happen. Well, they'll kind of get a person and... they'll just keep sticking them on their shows. That's like
Netflix and The Rock.
That's like what's her name
Red
from
One.
9 in or 11? What's her name?
Yes,
Millie Bobby Brown and Netflix.
Yeah, she's all over Netflix. They just basically have her
Damsel,
contracted out
Stranger
for
Things,
all her shit.
Electric State, which I haven't seen yet. Have you seen it?
No,
Has anyone seen? I saw the trailer. It looks watchable.
It looks good.
It looks interesting enough that I'll put it on later.
Yeah.
Do you know who's
Paul Rudd looks homeless?
You know,
and I can't wait.
You know who's playing Alan the
Paul
Alien?
Rudd, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Yeah,
Sorry,
Chris
Paul
Pratt.
Rudd.
Yeah.
Didn't
He
mean
always
to
looks homeless though
disrespect you
too.
like
No, he looks homeless too.
Star-Lord doesn't look homeless.
Yeah, he does.
Fat Thor looks
Have you
homeless.
seen him in Ant-Man?
Chris Pratt? No.
No,
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Yeah.
Paul Rudd's not. Never mind.
He was he was gonna hit me with logic,
No.
and then he realized who we were talking to.
The Guinness in my blood is
It's
not
still there.
letting-
It's still there.
It's not
okay,
anything.
You know who plays Alan the Alien in the show?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, this has got like an all-star fucking cast of people.
Yeah, I know. In the comic books, Alan keeps evolving.
Holy shit.
Well, after The Walking Dead, they expected this show to be just as big, so they were able to get really strong talent.
It should be.
To do it.
After this season, the writing, it should be. And the ending of the season, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It is another man. All right, good. Don't listen.
3, 2,
The guy down underneath that's talking to the demons.
Yes.
That's that inspector that was in the show earlier. There was a demon inspector in the early first season of Invincible.
Yes.
He was like a detective that was trying to find out who killed the.
Yes.
It was Omni-Man that killed him. He was trying to find out who killed him.
Correct.
That's him. He's back again. But I guess he's connected to evil. He's still a demon. Like he might be an inspector, still a demon.
But it's still, at that point, Omni-Man was on the planet, right?
Right.
and he didn't go to his master to be like, I found the one for you.
Yeah.
I found the body for you that you're looking for.
He found someone stronger than Omni-Man. And the only body that's on Earth right now.
Conquest.
And
so the problem is,
Cecil,
if this demon takes over Conquest's body, it don't matter what he's fucking buried in.
That's right. It doesn't matter how much tungsten you encase him in. If you put the soul of a demon lord inside the body of a Viltrumite,
oh boy,
that's it. That's game over.
Here's a thought. And this is all speculation right now. What if it's Adam Eve?
It could be Adam Eve because she showed a glimpse of her power.
Once she unleashed her full power.
If she wasn't already a little fucked up, and that was gruesome, by the way.
It was.
Because Robert Kirkman doesn't have any problem with showing female characters take horrific damage. Her face was horrible. Anyway.
Equal pay, equal damage.
Robert Kirkman's a big fucking believer of equality. But yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe if she could control that, like have that power and keep using it, not just in small bursts, she might be one of the strongest, if not the strongest.
Right? Because she's like Phoenix level power, right?
Right. Well, I don't know. I think if the Phoenix would have beat Conquest, but like for what it's worth, she did save him. Like without her direct intervening there, Mark was done.
Correct. She had to really injure the fuck out of Conquest for him to be able to get to the point where he could kill him.
How about Cecil showing up with all those heroes after like Conquest is
Bro,
down?
I was so mad.
I was so pissed.
I'm like,
where the fuck have you been? Like he after he kills Invincible and Eve, he's gonna just go across the planet and kill everyone.
Yep.
Why aren't you guys there? Die together in a valiant last stand.
He was mounting a defense that was like, well,
he was mounting something.
Mark will take the brunt of it. Operation Human Shield.
Right. And that just goes to show you how ruthless he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, all right, well, we're gonna do damage control
He's a
now.
piece of shit. That's what I'm saying, man. Cecil is a
there's parts where I don't like Cecil.
Yeah.
I don't. But there's parts where I don't like Mark. There's parts where I'm like, Mark, you're a whiny pussy.
Yeah.
And like even the end of this season where he's like, you're right, Oliver, blah, blah, he's talking to his brother. Yeah. From here on out, if someone threatens my family, I'm killing them. I'm like, you said that before, bro.
Yeah,
and you keep letting people go.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry. If I'm invincible, if I got those powers, if I got a brainy, weird guy in front of me and he can teleport between worlds and bring people here, I'm breaking his fucking neck.
Yeah.
No,
letting him go was a fucking bad mistake.
Right. There's going to be definitely... And think of all the dead people. Think of all the people that died in the attack of that guy bringing Angstrom Levy, bringing all those fucking Viltrumite Mark clones onto Earth. Think of all the people, millions of people that died
killed because of him.
Because Mark can't fucking finish the job.
Yep.
That's worse than Batman.
It is.
Well, a hell of a lot worse. And the Joker has killed much less people than
Batman
those Viltrumites
sucks.
did.
Batman would die. Like they have a Batman character in this show.
Batman at this point, Batman at this point is over a dozen arrests and re-breakouts. He is just. I'm sorry, Batman. Like,
doesn't he get? Or am I thinking of a different Joker? Doesn't he get like crushed by a car, saving somebody?
Batman?
Their Batman style character?
Oh
no, he disappeared. The guy he's like Batman, but he can teleport into shadows into like a shadow realm.
Yes.
He took one of the clones into the shadow realm and he disappeared. Yeah, and they're like, he's presumed dead.
Yeah, he works with Pegasus.
Yeah. Well, he took
from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, I don't know.
Shadow realm.
That was dark, man. I mean, if you lose the card game and he steals your soul.
He banishes you to the Shadow Realm.
There was layers to that Yu-Gi-Oh show. The
Yu-Gi-Oh, I still haven't seen the original because apparently it was much darker.
Yeah. It is.
The Japanese version.
Right. They censored a lot. There was a lot of nude cards, too. Like the cards were drawn the way they were drawn and like they had to censor them.
Is it on Crunchyroll? Like the original or is it the Americanized version?
It's on Amazon or Crunchyroll or one of the sites has the original Yu-Gi-Oh show because I debated watching it. It's on there.
I wouldn't mind going back and watching it like on a rainy day just to fuck around.
Watch it in Japanese because the dubbing, it's weird. The WB, when they brought over a lot of anime shows, try to compete with the stations that had Dragon Ball Z and stuff and Naruto, they were a little weird with the dubbing.
Any dubbing that's more than, I'd say, 3 or 4 years old, pretty rough.
Yeah, it's only in the last 10 years that good dubbing, like I think Cowboy Bebop was one of the first shows I saw where I was like, wow, the English dubbing on this is really up to par. Like even Outlaw Star was a little iffy. Gundam Wing had some iffy dubbing.
Yeah.
What the hell? There's something else that I used to watch back in I tried to rewatch Digimon, like the original when I was a kid.
Yeah.
When I would come sit
Unwatchable.
down. Bro, I used to sit down Saturday mornings with my fucking snacks, and my gushers and chips, and just the magic is gone. Anyway, I'm sad now.
No,
anyway, Digimon was rough.
You
can't watch it now in English.
It's when they started doing the simulcasting where they were releasing new episodes in Japan in conjunction with America is when they really started getting the dubbing done correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
But before that, you would I mean, a lot of times certain shows were just literally fan dubs.
Yeah.
There's no official, like, especially the older stuff. It was like, this was just a group of people. They figured out kind of what it meant. They fit it as best they could. And then you're just like, I guess that's what they were saying.
There's a show that was done, a fan dub, like you said.
Yeah.
And the people that did it, like, they weren't paid. They were just doing it out of the goodness of their heart. It's called Golden Something, and it's constantly referenced on the internet because the people threw in ridiculous shit on purpose.
Yes.
Like, they will say something that the character did not say.
No.
It is just over-the-top hilarious and stupid, and they say it because they want the people that watch the dub to laugh their ass off.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, there's
Pretend that, like, the guy's running or something in the one episode. He's like, pretend there's a big black guy behind you. It's like, God damn. Like,
what the fuck?
You did not plan on that getting out.
Yeah, they realized there was no oversight, so they kept ramping it up more and more and more to find out, are they eventually going to tell us, hey guys, those aren't the words on the page? And apparently no one ever did.
It's out there. It's on DVDs.
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but I had sent it to the group chat so that Nelson could see it. It's wild.
I'm at the point where I watch a lot of shows that are simulcast now in English, and I never thought I would get there. I was a subtitle guy because I wanted the original art. Not now. Now it's just as good.
Simulcast is good. Like, and speaking of that, like, before I jump into this thing, I was pulling up some cartoon stuff.
We gave you time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No.
Me and Ed jumped at a couple. Yeah.
You gave me a good idea. It was like, cartoons that we used to watch when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoon list. What would you think would be unwatchable now, right? Like, so like we go back, all right, and I'll start with, here's number 1, Thundercats.
I mean, that's an old one, but I mean,
1985 to 1989.
I think the animation style would be rough, but I think some of the it's
still Thundercats. You think you could watch it? You think you could sit through it?
I'm not sure.
130 episodes. Could you sit through?
I don't think so.
That because
X-Men, the original X-Men
was amazing.
It was, but when you try to rewatch it, X-Men 97 is much better.
Yeah. Oh no, that's what I meant. X-Men 97. Yeah.
X-Men 97 because it's modern. Like the action's a lot better, and the story. Like if you try to watch the original 1997 X-Men, it's a hard watch. Because I thought I loved Digimon. I loved it, but when I tried to go back and watch it, I didn't even make it through episode 1. I was like, this is not for me anymore.
So Thundercats,
the magic is gone.
Unwatchable or watchable?
I'm surprised it got to that many episodes. I think it's gonna be a rough watch.
I think it'll be a rough watch too. Same with Transformers.
Even if the action manages to hold up, I think the storylines,
or be outdated.
I think they're going to be very annoying.
I think I'm going to look at Panthro and see the obvious racial. And I'm going to be like, all right. All
right. How about the Dick Tracy Show?
Oh,
I remember that.
That's going to be worse than Thundercats. I'm
going to say that's worse than Thundercats.
Yes, I'm going to say that's a hard pass too.
Yeah.
Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
Ooh. I'm going to say that's watchable because that you don't have to take serious at all.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That might hold up the best out of the 3 thus far.
Yeah, I just want to see that little pussy from India say heart. That's what I see him.
What a shitty ability,
I'll never forget him. Mati.
The worst.
Mati. I will never forget him. They fucked him.
Yeah, they gave him
this
heart.
This guy controls fire, wind, water, earth. They gave that little pussy heart.
I'd be like, yo,
unless he can make you have a heart attack. That's a shitty power. But if he can make you have a heart attack, that's a great power.
He's like,
heart. Oh, the guy starts bleeding out of his nose.
Heartburn.
Right.
So I'll take some Tums, bitch. I'm out of here.
Apparently, Captain Planet is really powerful. Like, he controls all the power.
They are planning a reboot for Captain Planet. Yeah. I don't see it happening.
Well, the song's bad as fuck, and to this day, you can still sing it.
All right, so
we don't need to.
I'll skip ones that I've never heard of, and I'm going to G.I. Joe. I think it's watchable.
Yeah, I think it's watchable too.
85 episodes.
It always taught us things.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah.
It taught us something at the end of the episode. However, they left out, like they would always say, "Oh, knowing is half the battle." Yes, but the other half of the battle is horrific violence.
Yes.
and they left that there. Remember, kids, knowing is half the battle.
The other is being able to shoot an M16 at your enemy.
Exactly. The other half is like you're in the foxhole with a Viet Cong. Like,
fair play.
Like,
fair play.
Yeah, well,
all right.
Don't show the kids that.
Conan the Adventurer.
No, because that's going to be a tough watch.
It's trash.
I don't remember that one.
They tried to build off the success of the Conan the Barbarian movie.
Yep.
And later Conan the Destroyer, but
yeah.
Conan, if you read the comics and watch, the Conan's barbaric as fuck. Like it's got some very.
It's not a kid show.
No, it's
also racist.
How can you swing around a huge sword and never kill anyone or lop a head off in a cartoon?
Right.
Yeah, it's unwatchable.
Yeah, Conan's not for kids. Like if you read the comics and shit like that, he takes women, he slaughters people. He's a barbarian. He's a barbarian.
Yeah, it's in the title. Yeah,
it's not Conan the Christian. No.
He-Man. This is the original one, not the new remake. Masters of the Universe.
It's probably watchable.
I could watch it.
It's probably watchable.
Better than Thundercats.
Better than Thundercats.
Better than Thundercats. For sure. Okay. All right. We said this one, the Transformers. Probably not.
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the more recent iterations of
and still not
Transformers,
interested.
and it's bad.
Yeah. I've never.
I'm not gonna get into like, wow, the robot turns into a pickup truck. It's not.
Yeah.
You know what it was? The toys were fun as fuck.
They were.
Yeah.
But the show was lackluster.
And it got cool, and they got
but
dinosaurs.
Most of those Saturday morning cartoon shows, they were made to sell toys.
Yes,
they made a toy line, and then they made a show based on the toy line to sell the toys.
The Hasbro empire.
Which is smart marketing. All right, this is one that's going to get hell yeah for me. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I would say, the original 90s, like the hot April, redhead, yellow jacket.
Yep.
Yes, that will go down as one of the greatest cartoons of all time.
They quite literally take the original run, give it a new skin every like 5 or 10 years, and kick it back out the door, and they still make money.
They Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that shit.
I think you can blame Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for not only the martial arts boom in the 90s, like the Three Ninjas and all that, and all the stuff that started coming out. But I think you can also blame it for the pizza boom in the 90s. Pizza places on every single
because Michelangelo, pizza.
Bro, there's
for sure.
Once again, Saturday morning, there's something. Even the video games, the beat 'em up, side scrolling like Nintendo video game, like Escape from Manhattan, crazy shit like that.
Do you remember the Ninja Turtles game in the arcade?
Me and my brother.
That shit was so much fun.
Me and my brother and my cousin Roman used to just fucking.
There's a new Ninja Turtles game 4-player on console. Apparently, it's amazing.
I'll try.
It's like the old arcade game.
Xbox?
Yeah, it's on everything.
Cross-platform?
I might
find out. I'd definitely play, man.
I would definitely play it.
Fuck yeah.
Cross-platform.
I might even buy a PlayStation and play with Ian.
No, even if it's good. It's cross-platform. I wish
Do
you guys.
Do they sell PlayStations anymore?
They do. They do.
Okay, all right. I was just checking.
Fuck you.
Well,
actually, I wish you guys would get Monster Hunter Wild so I could.
Bro, I want a PlayStation just to play Borderlands with you, honestly. But
it should be cross-platform, the new one.
I want to play Borderlands with a 4 group. If we get Shay and the 4 of us played some fucking Borderlands,
are becoming cross-platform, especially because Xbox is leaning into even making their exclusive games cross-platform now. So they're going to start releasing them also on PlayStation, but also even they're already talking about the next 2 consoles. Yeah. And one of the next consoles for Xbox, they're talking about making it a portable, a la Steam Deck.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm having a lot of fun right now with Monster Hunter Wilds, and it is cross-platform.
Nice.
Like my friends my friends on Xbox that are playing, I can still join up with them.
All right, I got a couple more. I'll throw them out at you. Justice League. Hell yeah.
I
loved it. The original Justice League.
Is that the one with the Wonder Twins?
That's not the one with the Wonder Twins. This is the one with like Martian Manhunter, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Fairly new. That's way newer.
That was 2001 to 2004.
Yeah, that one's way newer than Thundercats.
That was so good. That was so good.
I thought you were talking about the original Justice League.
No, She-Ra.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice.
She-Ra, Princess of Power. Hell no. Fuck that bitch.
We have enough of that shit.
Yeah, she could go down with Sailor Moon.
I didn't watch.
Don't you ever disrespect Sailor Moon like that ever again.
I'm trying to slip it in.
You ain't slipping shit in there.
Sleep the Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. We can listen. All that shit. Sailor Moon predates DBZ.
Yes.
All that shit needs to listen. I know DBZ to me is the gold standard.
Yes.
But everybody, Naruto,
everybody watch Sailor Moon.
You all need to bow down, pay respect.
Sailor Moon and DBZ is the only reason why anime really took off in America.
I agree.
Tuxedo Mask was a G. He just showed up. All these hot chicks with power, Sailor Mars, Jupiter. What do? I'm a fucking dude in a mask and a tuxedo. I wanted to be him. I was like, yo, dude, all the girls wanted him. I was like, fuck it, I want to be that guy. I want to be tuxedo. He just shows up and his power was he just showed up and beat the fuck out of people. Like, dude, Tuxedo Mask.
That's an amazing ability.
That's the best cosplay ever.
Let me mansplain this victory to you ladies.
Right, yes. I'm gonna show up and explain shit and then leave.
X-Men 97 gets a hell yes for me.
The one that just came out, or the original X-Men?
The original X-Men 97.
It's a rough watch. I tried.
1992. I watched it all prior to watching X-Men 97, and I loved it. It had some of the best dialogue from the villains. Magneto was prolific.
It didn't pander to a children's audience.
No, man.
The concepts were big enough that as an adult you can appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I really loved it.
I think it was the animation style. It's something about it when I tried to go back, because I tried to go back and watch it for Sierra because I knew X-Men 97 was coming out.
You could forgive the animation if you could just jump into the storyline. I think to me it was some of the most grown-up written animation at the time, like Eddie's saying. Like, you can watch it and you're like, man, this is like watching Star Trek. Like, you walk away from Star Trek like, I'm pretty smart. You know, like
it's always
I know things, quantum mechanics.
In a way, Star Trek got the last laugh, because at least the fans of Star Trek, they haven't got the love that Star Wars fans have gotten, but at least you guys have not had to watch your shows be destroyed.
True.
As bad as some of the newer shows have been for Star Trek, hit and miss.
They haven't
been as bad.
They haven't gone down as far as Star Wars has.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be the last one, and I'm going to throw them all into one category, which is Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Like, we all kind of grew up, I think, on Looney Tunes kinds of cartoons, whether it was the Animaniacs.
I remember the old ones.
Yeah, like Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. Like, they were always there. Like, they're gone now. I don't see them anywhere.
They got rid of them because of some of the references in them.
A lot of them are pretty rough.
Yeah, and also they don't want kids like
emulating
the violence, because they fucking just pull out guns.
Yeah,
but that
Elmer Fudd
like a
would
real
fix
gun,
everything with a shotgun. Like, what's up, bitch?
Yeah,
but let's be honest though.
rabbit.
Some of that is just, hey man, be a fucking parent. Explain that this is TV. It's not real life.
Yeah.
Like,
but look at what they replaced it with.
It's garbage. A lot of
the cartoons that kids watch these days. I don't know if you've ever just put on a modern cartoon.
No, they're weird.
They're weird.
My sister.
They
was
make
telling
no
me about
fucking
that,
sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
no,
really fucking trash.
No, I've said this.
Kids have iPads glued to their face now.
I've said it
They
before.
do.
Even the shows that are intended to be good for children to watch, you watch an episode and you're like, all right, this is a 30-minute show. 20 minutes is show, 10 minutes is fucking commercials. Out of the 20 minutes that show, it's 17 minutes of kids acting like cunts to each other with a 3-minute lesson at the end, and you expect the kid to only pay attention to the 3-minute lesson at the end.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like the father is always missing, or a piece of shit, or an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
The kids are completely awful to each other, and it's like, this isn't good for anybody.
Well, it's just, I mean, you're right. It comes down to parenting. It comes down to parenting, because like, we grew up watching what we watched.
Yep.
I played Doom. I played Maximum Carnage. I played all these fucking games. I never once killed my teacher.
Yeah.
Right.
I never once shot up a school.
Right.
I never confused Grand Theft Auto with real life.
Right.
Correct.
I never.
I'm sorry.
You're right. I got Grand Theft Auto for Christmas when, Shay got it. I got Gundam. Thanks, Mom. I'll never forget that.
Damn.
Still remember that Christmas. Still remember that Christmas.
He switched up so fast.
Sorry,
Like,
still remember that Christmas.
no.
So
You shit on me.
Obviously, we both played Shay's game.
Right, yeah.
Good game.
When he allowed you to. When he allowed you to. Yeah, of course.
Fucker.
That's how it goes.
Anyway, but we never once, I understood that you could get free health and get your money back by getting the hooker and then driving over her and getting your money back.
Right.
But I never once emulated
That's
it.
real
I never
life.
once said, God, I really wish I could go out, steal a police car to get the body armor and then drive over a hooker. I
Right.
never once did that, because I had
You
a
knew
mom.
better.
I had a good mom that distinguished between reality, good, evil, what's right, wrong. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Your kids you can have leeway with your kids if you parent.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that
You may think that the three of us sitting on this couch don't really have a moral compass, but we do. You know?
we do.
These two are actually good parents. Me,
Thank you.
But
He has a cat.
Yeah, I have a cat. I love my cat.
you really have to. I mean, I was at the beach yesterday with my daughter, and you're walking around, and every child has the phone, like right here, to their face the whole time. It's like, hey, how about you put your arm down a second?
There's a beach.
There's the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and but it's amazing.
They're probably
how many,
like looking at an ocean on their phone. They're like,
dude,
"Wow, this is so realistic."
Yeah, they're playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I have the ocean right here.
Yeah.
it's amazing how many of them you see it. We're like, well, okay, they're out, they're in a group, but none of them are even talking
Interacting
at
with
all.
each other.
They're
I'm
sitting
even-
in
yeah.
each other's presence while all watching separate videos of absolute nonsense, of fake, not reality in front of them. I'm like,
you got to limit screen time.
We have to point out, like, listen, that might be entertaining, but
this
realize
is the ocean.
that's not reality.
Yeah. Yep.
Whatever's happening on there, it's puffery for the sake of entertainment and eyeballs, because that's what makes them money.
Yeah.
Don't assume that's the way the real world is.
My favorite.
Puffery, I like that word.
That's a good word.
That's a great word. Puffery.
That's the name
of the episode. Yeah.
Puffery.
You know, but we name episodes. Sorry, we name episodes and then we don't remember what we're gonna name the episodes, and then we come up with a new
Puffery. My favorite is working in the OR as a nurse. I put kids to sleep. That's what we do. They go in for surgery. You can't give them an IV.
That's dark.
Well, yeah, you can't give them an IV because kids don't like IVs.
Yep.
So not forever. They can wake up.
Oh, okay, they can wake up. All right.
But like, what we have to do is, when your kid goes in, this is newsflash for all the parents, that you kiss them goodbye. I tell your parent, hey, we're gonna take good care of them. Don't you worry. We gas them to sleep. That's what you gotta do. You gotta, hey, this mask smells like strawberries. Then all of a sudden they realize, wait a minute, something's wrong. And I hold their arms while whoever's anesthesia gasses them.
Right.
It's a great job.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when you go in with your iPad, oh, don't worry, he can keep the iPad. They keep the iPad. These kids, they're being gassed to sleep. They do not let go of the iPad.
That's fucking
you
crazy.
Don't know. You don't know what's happening to you as a child. You don't. They could be killing you. We don't. Know, you know that we're holding you against your will and gassing you. You don't drop the iPad to fight the mask.
Yeah.
They struggle, but I'm looking at their arms. They keep their hands on the iPad.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm going, this is a disorder.
That's a child.
You could be dying right now.
Yeah.
And you do not. That's like if you're being attacked by a bear and you won't let go of your fucking.
That's
iPad.
a child that falls asleep with the iPad, so their body has learned to not let it fall down.
I have to pry it out of their hands.
You know, the only other time I see something
this is information
equivalent to that is at the bar. The person falling down won't let go of their beer.
However, that is admirable. If you eat shit at a bar and do not spill your beer, hats off, sir. Hats off. That is quite the fucking
broke
skill.
my nose.
Right.
But this $6 Michelob
That's right.
It's not hitting the ground.
I fractured my hip, but my beer did not spill. Yep. My beer did not spill. That's some grade A puffery.
And on that note, thank you for joining us at the Sofa Kingdom Podcast, where we have a lot of puffery going on.
We do have a lot of puffery.
Yeah, there's a lot of puffery.
We got to remember that. Ed, you just created something.
Is that a real word?
Yes.
Oh, well.
It's got to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sounds Shakespearean.
I believe that's part of the defense that Papa John's used when they sued him about his pizza being better quality. Where he's like, it's an advertisement, better ingredients, better pizza, blah, blah, blah. He's like, it's for the sake of advertisement. We're making it sound grander than you may perceive it to be. But we perceive it to be better.
I love double talk.
I love it too.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, even though we ruined everything, go watch Invincible on Amazon. It's worth the watch.
Fucking amazing. Oh, by the way, Wheel of Time is back.
Yes, for fantasy fans.
Reacher is killing it out there.
Yes.
And
the size of a fucking house, that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's just,
and then they found somebody bigger than him.
It's just hard work. It's just hard work.
Of course.
No
all
steroids.
All natural.
Just hard work.
He's on the rock.
Yeah, you know what? If you watch the evolution of Reacher, he started in
season to season.
He started in Smallville as Aquaman.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay. So Google what he looked like then, right?
Listen.
He's like the Rock. It's like watching the Rock grow into this beast of a man.
Yeah, if you watch his workout regimen, he's serious.
Oh,
he's
yeah.